5 is my confession of 3 embarrassingly simple things that have really made my whole week. And the point of it is that I'm just me. I live my life. I love what I love. And I don't expect anybody to yuck my yum, but I want you to figure out what your yum is. What are the 3 simple things that you might be able to add to your life that would truly dramatically change things for you and kind of make your week amazing, right? So the first thing is, I'm embarrassed to admit it, I held off for so long. It's the Stanley Mug. I did the 30 ounce, and I'm telling you, I am the most hydrated I have ever been. Did I resist forever? Absolutely, I did. Did it end up being something that I truly loved? Absolutely, to the point where now my husband has his own. Sean got his own. And there's a third that we got kind of as a backup in the wings because I don't even want to give this up to wash it. I can't explain why it's so great, except that it holds a good amount. It keeps things cold. And I love the straw. And if you know, with my background with Bell's palsy, loving the straw is a big deal. So this is the lesson that I learned from that. Just because everybody's doing it doesn't mean it's not the thing to do, right? I kind of grew up a little bit. I was a good girl. I wanted to follow the rules, but I didn't want to always do what everybody else was doing. I wanted to do my own thing, right? I wanted to come up with my own way to handle things. And so sometimes when something seems so prevalent, maybe like a Stanley Mug, I tend to poo-poo it. Like, well, they all love it. That's great for them. I don't yuck their yum, but why would I love it? Right? So is there something for you that's like the Stanley Mug? The other thing that was like this for me was Young Living. I was like, why would essential oils make such a big difference in my life? And they've completely transformed my life health-wise, but the business has changed our lives dramatically. It's really been a blessing. And so something that I looked at and thought, how could that possibly be a big deal? Even though everybody around me, a lot of people that I respected and really followed were loving it, I didn't jump in until I was so sick, I needed help, right? And so I got in for the health, but loved the business. So if there's something that you've been thinking of, if there's something on your heart, if there's something that you think, I keep seeing it, I just want to encourage you to go for it. If it's a business, of course, I'm happy to talk to you about a business. But also, if it's the Stanley Mug, try it. Who cares? Stanley mugs are hard to come by sometimes. We got ours at Dick's. So if you find yours, rock and roll. The second thing was free to me. It was a treadmill that was gifted to me. I know that I often go for walks, and I take our Yorkie Charlie for walks, and I love being on my walks. But guess what? A 5'5" dog slowed my roll considerably. And I guess I just wasn't getting what I had been getting out of my walks. It was something that a neighbor was getting rid of, this treadmill. And I was excited because I thought, this could be really good. I'm trying to up my steps, and this could help me do that on days that it's rainy or super hot. Well, it's not just done that. Y'all can't tell me anything. I feel amazing. And all I'm doing is walking 30 minutes. I'm not even setting a step goal yet. I'm literally walking 30 minutes at a pace. I'm giving myself like that breathlessness. If you've heard my videos on that before, you should be able to talk, but not easily. It's a little bit like the early signs of labor, right? Where you're like, okay, I'm hemming and hawing a bit, but this is going to work. So if movement is something that you struggle with, don't try to start out as an athlete or run a marathon. I want you to try walking for 10 minutes a day and see what it might do for you. And the third thing is really dramatic for me. It is my bite aligners. Now, I'm not going to give a full review yet because I'm only 2 days in. I already feel like I've seen a change in my smile. And for me, it is so emotional because I lost my smile with Bell's palsy completely. I gained a lot of it back, but not completely, right? My face doesn't look like my face looked before Bell's palsy. But what ended up happening was that the shelf, the musculature that would normally hold my face up, has been paralyzed for years. And so my palate is just off. My teeth are off. This has been very hard. I don't know if you know, but your muscles here keep food out of this pocket, and mine hasn't. So I've had to really pay extra attention. I've now got a bridge down here, which is frustrating to me, but I was able to start bite aligners, and taking control of my teeth the way I've taken control of my health with Young Living has been dramatic for me. It is emotional for me. And Bottom line, if there's something that you've been watching and thinking about, if there's somebody that you've been listening to and you think, man, I love what they're doing, I want you to consider jumping in with them. I researched and thought about and budgeted for and HSA'd my bite aligner money for years. I knew I probably needed to do it, but I just thought, why would I spend that much money on myself? Can you hear what I just said? That's insane. I can't even tell you after 2 or 3 days what an impact it's already made for me, my self-esteem, my confidence. And part of that was just taking the step and doing it. So that's what I want to give you today. Whether it's a $30 Stanley mug or actual aligners, I want you to understand that you're worth it and you always have been. You've always been worth it. Yep, you did a terrible thing. You're still worth it. Yep, you made some big mistakes. You're still worth it. Yep, you're not where you want to be in your business, in your health, in your relationships, in your life. You are still worth it because you were worth it to start with. And so I want you to think about what your 3 things might be. And I want you to go start working on them. Now, the Stanley mug was a gift from my husband. So maybe you need help from a friend for one of those, right? Walking every day is free. If I hadn't gotten the treadmill in my house, there's actually one at the clubhouse here in Delaware, right? I bet there's a treadmill near you, maybe at a YMCA. Whatever it is that you've been thinking about, I want you to dig a little bit and see if worthiness was at the bottom of thinking that you might not should do it, right? Because I'm going to just go ahead and blow that myth for you because they blew my own myth. I am worth it. You are worth it. And I also want you to realize that it doesn't have to be a lot of money to feel incredible. It might be a donation from a neighbor. It might be a $30 mug, and it might be some expensive aligners. But one of the cool things, I will keep telling you about Vitaficial. I'll keep you in the loop. I never give links or anything until I'm completely down to clown and love the thing and think it's amazing. But I will let you know what my end results are. I can tell you just after 2 days. Right now, I'm a fan. They make the process easy and simple. If this is something you're already going to do, I would recommend you check with Vitaficial. They include whitening. They include some technology that's really cool that I'll be sharing. But so far, I'm in love. So you get in love with what you need to do for you too, because you're worth it. All right, you guys have an amazing night. I can't wait to see you back here tomorrow, live around 5. Take care.